Let's hop right in because this is lunacy. Welcome everybody to likely the strongest day 100 account in the history of Raid Shadow Legends. There are a couple other contenders, but this account, in terms of sheer amount of cash invested into it and sheer amount of time, given the moment in the game we are at in May 2025, I believe is the strongest any account has ever been on day 100. I would love to hear other examples, but I think pound for pound, this freakish account is about as good as it's ever been. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars a month, and we are talking about every hour the game can be running, it has been running. And we are talking a seemingly endless supply of energy. I want to give a huge shout out to Larry, aka Larry Lord Gary, for not only letting me present his account in this video, but actually for officially partnering with me on this account. You heard that right. We are now sharing this account. It is half my account. I checked with Larry on this 100 times. Basically, he loves the game. He loves the PvE grind. He loves summoning, both when I do it on camera and when he does it all the time off camera. But when it comes to PvP, he wants help. Live Arena somehow has become my favorite part of this game, so I will be in charge of the PvP responsibilities on our shared account. Now, quick disclaimer. It isn't exactly day 100, and that is only my fault. I just couldn't find the time on day 100 to film. We are now on day 103, but nothing has changed over the past 3 days. The account is God tier. It is stacked. The champions, the gear, this thing is a goddamn revelation. You will see it on my channel all the time, as it is now officially my shared account, my partner account. So huge thank you to Larry again, and I can't wait to collaborate with him on this. We've been preparing this big video, this big announcement, and everything moving forward for over a month now when we first hatched this idea, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. But let's cement this partnership. We have approved a name change officially. From here on out, we will be Fastidious. Larry plus Fastidious equals Fastidious. But we're going to be finishing first, not last, baby. There we go. Welcome to the official Fastidious account. So here we go, baby. I'm going to be streaming this account every single week in Live Arena. We'll update you all the time. We'll do polls all the time. I think this will be a great complement in terms of content and fun for the channel to my moderate, strict budget account. As you might imagine, not the strictest budget on this account here. If you want all of that every time, as soon as it's happening, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I cannot wait to show you around. I do want to give two shout outs to the two other accounts that I do think maybe give the Fastidious account a run for its money. But remember, this is a day 103 account with many tens of thousands of dollars spent, and it has been farming nonstop. Level 86, it's kind of nuts. There are two accounts that come to mind though. Ash has documented this account a couple times, the $1 million raid account. Without a doubt, this is the better account. However, this account is way older, and I'd be shocked if this account looked like this on day 100. Frankly, it couldn't, because mythicals did not exist when this account was on day 100. Go watch this video. I'll link this one and the other video I'm about to show you in the description. This is insane. This is a level that's hard to wrap your head around. Then we have this account over here, the #1 Kraken in Raid Shadow Legends, showcased by Tyraku. It's a very good video. Tyraku does a really good job. Frankly, this account would be the best ever on day 100. Actually, at the time of showcasing this, it's not even 60 days old, except mythicals were not really in the game yet, not in any major way. You can see that as he goes through the collection. So it's kind of hard to compete with this bad boy over here. Pound for pound, I don't think it gets better. If you've got other things you want me to look at, let me know. But without further ado, let's dive right in, because this is lunacy. We will start with the champion collection, then we will talk about progress all around the account, as well as the fantastic gear Larry has already accumulated. But I think a lot of people want to start with the index and want to start with this crazy collection. Now, the mythicals here look very impressive, but frankly, they're even more impressive than you realize, because he has dupes of a lot of things he chose not to empower. So let's actually start off there right now. These are all the mythicals on the account. It's really a ton, everywhere from a +4 Toshiro to 5 total copies of the cock spread out. We have a +1 and then 3 others. We're just saving this for a meme team where we're going to run 4 of Gallius, and then we'll make him +4. But a pretty crazy range of mythicals here. Shout out to Big Papa Drock. I'm sure he's jealous of this +2 nice. It's a beautiful thing. We've got a +3 Gizmac here along with his friend. As soon as we pull another, we'll +4. But it's really nice having 2 Gizmac copies we have found, especially for PvE content. Even though the account is only 100 days old, there are only 2 mythicals missing from the entire thing that are not gated behind content. Obviously, the ones gated behind content we are chipping away at. I'm talking about Carnage, who we'll get from Cintranos. I'm, of course, talking about Embrys, who we are making good progress on from Chimera. And finally, at the time of filming this, literally released today, May 13th, 2025, we have Polera. She'll be from Hard Faction Trials. Literally no one in the game at the time of filming this has her. So those 3 are gated behind content, but we're going to get them as fast as possible. The only 2 we have yet to pull, it's pretty dang simple. We have got Nell in the Sylvan Watchers. So we do have 2 mythicals from this faction, but this is the one faction with 3 of them. Here's hoping we get Nell soon. She is super cool. However, if we did have to pick 2 out of these 3 mythical Sylvans, we would select Arbice and Nice. Hopefully we get Nell soon. And then, of course, we have the newest mythical in the game that is not content gated. That's the Adoja. We just haven't had a big pull session since she came out last patch. Hopefully we do get her soon, but you can see the collection is kind of off the charts. I'm not going to waste too much of your time talking about all the legendaries. Just take my word for it. You can pause as we go through it. We have basically every relevant legendary in the game. There are a few exceptions, particularly with voids, but the collection is pretty immense. I think that's a good way to describe it. You've probably seen me pulling on this account before for void legendaries. I guess a couple key void legendaries we are missing are going to be Shuzen, who's our most wanted by a mile. Obviously, we would like Yumiko. There's content gated voids like Ginro that we don't have, though we much would prefer Shuzen, and then Yumiko. And then the other ones that really jump to mind, we still need a Krisk. You might see us pulling for Krisk at some time. And then we still need Warlord wherever he is. But when it comes to the super most meta ones, it's really Shuzen who we're dying to get right now. I will say there's one key hole in this account, and that comes with the Faction Unity champions. You might have caught your eye there. No Teox yet. These guys are just really hard to be hunting right now since you have to find the right rate-up events with them. And I'd say Teox is number 1. We actually don't have Volcanos either. That would just be phenomenal. And then kind of the queen of a lot of this PvE content, we are dying to get Fayne. So Faction Unity certainly is a hole, though when it comes to the non-voids, with everything else outside of Faction Unity, we're in very good shape. You know, when it comes to the Armands of the world, we have a +3 Armands and a non-empowered Armands. The +3 Armands is Max Awakening, and you can see we've got some pretty amazing blessings all over this account. Even things like a 6-star blessing, full red stars on Crixia. So this account is pretty wild. How has he accomplished this? It's 2 things, right? There's 2 resources that allow you to have the most nuts possible account in Raid Shadow Legends: money and time. And this account has given all of it. And that's why I think this is like the perfect example of the craziest account you could have, because it's an endless sum of money Larry has poured into this, and it's an endless amount of time. Every moment and every day he can be running the game, he is running the game. You see the 26,000 energy right here. This is only not running right now because he's taking a break from Hard 10 Fire Night so I could film the video. So thank you for that, Larry. But it does really take both. You can have a good account with a ton of money, but it will never be amazing without a ton of time. And you can have a great account with a ton of time, but it will never be truly God tier amazing. And I'm talking about high blessings, high empowerment on mythical champions and the best legendary champions in the game having a full void collection. That's just the reality of this crazy Rip It Casino gotcha. That is the reality. Let me take you through the PvE content very quickly, and then we'll wrap up talking about Arena, because that will be my focus on the last Fastidious account. When it comes to the dungeons, obviously everything you'd think is maxed, which is literally everything. The only exception is Hard Ice Golem, just because Larry did not want to push it. He just hasn't been farming Ice Golem. When you have every champion, things like Curse Gear are a little less exciting. That being said, I don't want to completely sleep on this, so we're going to make sure within the next week we find a time to set up a hard stage 10 team. Should not be too hard. Let's go to the other stuff that we actually farm. Spider, nice and speedy, 15 seconds, hard 10. We've got our little fraternity of Gizmac, this double duo combination, the +3 and the +1, working out very, very nicely. If we go to Dragon, quite speedy here as well at 29 seconds. Probably could be ever so slightly faster, but it definitely gets the job done. And you will see when I show you the speed gear in just a moment, it's kind of remarkable how much time and in-game energy Larry has put into Dragon. It's remarkable. Fire Knight, certainly we need to work on a faster team, but we've got just less than a 3-minute comp. Going pretty nicely, but Hard Fire Knight is just harder to get on that speedy farm. Sand Devil, slow, but we're running a classic formation of Newt with Godseeker and Neri. And then if we go over here to Shogun, we've got a pretty clean comp, 32 seconds, with just a bit of a God squad. So there you have it, folks. That's going to be the PvE stuff. Centranos is something he still needs to max out. I might be helping him here a little bit as well, though the push has started to come together. This obviously is brand new content to me as well as Larry, so this hasn't been the ultimate top priority, but certainly now it is. And aside from that, Faction Wars is completely maxed, though, as I mentioned, Hard Faction Wars just came out today. So that push will now begin. It will be very interesting to see how hard it is to push deep into this on this account. Though when it comes to crazy things like 6 and 9 piece sets, relics, those will take time. Everything else is looking really good. The final thing before we go to gear and then live arena is just going to be missions. We have the Marius missions going. This will take some time. We're nearly done with the first of the 3 chapters. Obviously, I will help a lot here with the live arena stuff, but this is kind of top priority. We also have a couple copies of Tumesia, who, if you didn't know, is the empowerment hero for Marius. So that should definitely help. Maybe by the time we get Marius, it will be a full 4 and he will be a +4 unit. The gear, guys, it's pretty awesome. You can see tons and tons of speed farming, tons of everything, as you might expect. Not a cool way to show it off, though. I guess let's show off what we're not good at, and that's just having the super amazing content-gated farmable stuff. It's only a day 100 account, so when it comes to stuff like Feral, there's just not that much of it. Merciless, this is going to be a big work in progress. This is something that will hold us back, but hopefully not for too long. You can kind of get the picture. Obviously, not so much in the Impulse department and the Zeal department. Larry has somewhat neglected Live Arena, but I'm here to help with that. That should be a lot of fun. The final thing, because Larry's account is about 100 days old, he started his account right at the same time of my new account. The event dungeon was closing. We only had a couple weeks of that, so there's fairly limited pinpoint on this account. And certainly, we would like to get a whole lot more of that. So the second a new event dungeon comes up, assuming there's pinpoint in it or something good, we are going to farm that 24/7 for weeks, I would assume. So that really should punch up the account a lot, though I would be remiss if I didn't, highlight that there are still a lot of shortcomings on the account. I think a good way to show off the gear is just to show you 2 of the better builds on the account. So for that, let's start off with this +3 Armands.
While we were editing, Larry sent this. He pulled a +4 Armands and another Rotos. What a freak.
This is the better built of the 2 Armands, and the build is kind of crazy. Remember, this is day 103. It's a 100-day-old account, and this Armands, we got the speed to the frickin' max, accuracy through the roof. It's quite the nice build. So let me show it off here. 61.5k HP, attack solid, defense pretty nice at 3,500, but 410 speed. That's really something special, and 642 accuracy. Obviously, as we get better and better gear and gear sets available to us, we can move slightly away from this speed build, especially we can run a speed booster and a slightly faster build, then ease up on the speed, go into more interesting gear set combinations, and certainly get the accuracy a little higher. But for day 100, it's pretty nuts, right? So here's a very cool piece, only 5-star, but accuracy with accuracy, triple speed roll. We got some other nice stuff here. This one's amazing. We got a quad roll, a pretty big quad roll at 28 into speed with a max glyph on an accuracy chest. I'll click through the rest. There's a quad, there's a trip, but effectively it's a quad because it's a mythic trip. There's a trip again with a max, only 5-star, unfortunately. Really good stuff, though. This Armands is a work of art. You will see him in action in just 1 second. We'll do one quick live arena battle in Silver 1 or whatever the heck. So some unfortunate soul is going to get his shit absolutely crack and rocked. And then I'll show you Siegfried. So this is probably the best DPS build on the account. But as you can see, we're not running Merciless or something like that. We're running Savage. So we're making do with what we can do. But I would think within 50 to 100 days, these things are just going to get better and better and better and better. Let me just click through piece by piece so you can get a sense. It's clearly good gear. It's clearly not God tier gear. Like nice triple crit roll. You know, the mythic on the flat HP, we'll live with it. Crit damage, we still need to recast this. Also, no speed, kind of a bummer. This chest piece is kind of cool, but the sub rolls also kind of suck. And then we've got these boots here. Amazing substats, but again, it's not even close to perfect. If we go over here to the accessories, we definitely need to farm some more Shogun. This piece is good, very good, not God tier. This piece is pretty dang great. We definitely have to get this maxed out with the crit damage ascension. We wish it had more accuracy. This stuff will come in time. Eventually, we're not going to want any normal pieces of gear, right? We want only special accessories. And then we've got this over here. We don't really need the accuracy. Eventually, we'll be able to get that elsewhere, but it's okay. You can get a sense. It's very, very, very good, but we still have a huge way to go up. So there's a lot of amazing growth that can happen on this account. I want to highlight one final thing before the live arena, and that is just the remarkable job Larry has done with farming speed gear from Dragon. I know it's boring. I know it's kind of OG. I know it's not sexy, but it's just amazing how good a job he's done. So let's go up here to the top, sorting by speed. We already have 5 pairs of 6-star speed boots with a max speed ascension. So I'll move myself out of the way. So a bunch of 57 speed boots. It's some really awesome stuff. So you can see Larry has completely put in the work and he's completely swiped the credit card. We're in good shape. Let's wrap up in live arena, folks. It is live right now. Who is going to be this unfortunate soul down here in Silver 1? It's kind of funny. Larry kind of consciously hasn't been pushing live arena because he knew I was going to do it for him. But I'm like almost 400 points higher on my account than his, which is kind of funny. But we're just going to go for something pretty trolly. We'll start with obviously our +3 Armands, which they will block, I would imagine. Going against kind of a crazy account here, a level 95 account. We're not sweating, though. We're going to be okay. I will say I have not checked any of these builds except for Armands and Siegfried, but obviously Larry knows what he's doing. But yeah, the beauty of having 2 Armands and a Fabian and a ton of souls and all these mythicals, it should be pretty fun. There's his Armands looking really good, not as pretty as ours. Let's throw in another Armands and a Fabian just so he knows what he's up against. Now he's starting to sweat. Can only ban 1. Obviously, when we reach gold, we're going to have to be so much more thoughtful about this stuff. But for now, we're just going to make do. I do think, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll stream it a bunch, but I think our ascension to gold, like our rise reaching there, should not be that hard. I would think once we get to gold, everything will change. We're going to have to gear out, obviously, many more champions, and we're going to have to be a lot more thoughtful about a lot of things. Let's just bring a Gizmak and a Siegfried. Nothing about this is optimal, but we're making it happen. Kind of crazy we got paired up against such a good account, though. Level 95 with some amazing champions. Let's see us get after it. I don't know how fast our other Armands is. Who should we block? Should we block his Kymar? Should we block his Harima? Let's just block his Armands because he's going to block ours. Wow, he blocked Fabian. That's pretty dang interesting. Okay, cool. I think we should make do unless he's faster than 410 speed. I was really thinking he had to block our +3 full blessing Armands, but he didn't. Let's see it. All right, we got Armands. Let's open up with greatest hits. Unlock these fools out. We got a little resist here, though. That's kind of annoying. Let's go here and let's drop a polymorph. Sheep them up. Let's do Gizmak action. Boost ourselves up. Let's transform. Now give me some decreased defense. Oh, we didn't even make it. Oh, we're not even going to make the Siegfried. That's annoying. Yeah, it's just A1 it. Shouldn't be too hard. And then will Siegfried get to go? Good stuff. Yeah, let's just ignore a little defense and nuke this guy down. Ka-choom. So I didn't even play that round so great. And you can see it's going to be a fun climb up here on the newly minted Fastidious account. So I know some people are not going to have mixed feelings about such a crazy account and such a crazy amount of money. But keep in mind, This is how we're going to max our live arena push. Larry has done a beautiful thing with the amount of time and energy he's put into this. It's not just the money. And keep in mind, a lot of times when you see accounts like this, it's from people that have played Raid forever. Larry's basically coming into Raid completely fresh and just deciding he wants to dominate. So I'm going to help him do that. Welcome to this new crazy experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have other crazy suggestions of accounts I should check out that are this strong 100 days in, I would love to see it. If you're not yet playing Raid and you don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend, maybe you don't even have tens of dollars to spend, how about you start off with the best link imaginable, 4 amazing free champions. Find that using my link, the best link in the land, in the description and the top pinned comment. Thank you guys. Thank you, Larry. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.